Hello everyone, this is Amit Kumar Patak, Faculty of English Literature, and I am teaching in Jesus and Mary Academy. Today I'll start the same chapter that we have read in the last class. It is chapter number 9 of Treasure Trove, My Greatest Olympic Prize, and it was written by Jesse Owens. So I should begin. For the next few minutes, we walked together. I didn't tell Long what was eating me, but he seemed to understand my anger and we took pains to reassure me. As I told you in the last class, or you might have read it, that Jesse Owens has not qualified the trap. So he was very angry upon himself. And when Long came towards Jesse Owens, he asked, "What is it that makes you anger?" For the few minutes, Jesse Owens didn't answer, but Long understand the reason behind his anger. Although he had been schooled in the Nazi youth movement, he didn't believe in the Aryan supremacy business any more than I did. Long belongs to Germany, and his schooling was done in Nazi youth movement. That means he was brought up, he was taught Nazis theory, but he did not believe in it. And I'll ask, what is Aryan supremacy theory? Uh, it was a strong belief of Hitler that German belongs to Aryans and Aryans are the superior blood race in human. And non-Aryans, that means other than Aryans, are inferior. In simple words, you can say that Aryans are the strongest species over the earth in human. On through Nazi youth movement, he had spread his ideas, his theories in the youth. So Long also brought up or taught, but he didn't believe in his theory. We laughed over the fact that he really looked the part, though. They together discussed over it for a few minutes. They laughed over it. Long was an inch taller than Jesse Owens. He had a lean, muscular frame, clear blue eyes, blonde hair, and he was quite handsome. Finally, seeing that I had calmed down somewhat, he pointed to take off board. And when Long saw that now he looks a bit calmed, he pointed out the board. That means the mark where he had to jump. Look, he said, why don't you draw a line few inches in the back of the board and aim at making your back off from there? Now he suggested, why don't you mark a line before that uh, बोर्ड फ्रॉम वेयर यू हैव टू जंप, यानी इट वुड बी गुड कि आप एक लाइन मार्क कर लो बिफोर द लाइन यू हैव टू जंप, फ्रॉम वेयर यू हैव टू जंप. ठीक है, सपोज यू हैव टू जंप फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट, दिस इज द मार्क जहाँ से आपको जंप करना है. तो इट वुड बी गुड कि आप पहले से ही एक लाइन मार्क बना लो जहाँ आप जंप करो. So And you certainly have to jump far enough to qualify. And Long said that I have a firm belief in this way you can easily qualify. What does it matter if you are not first in the trial? Tomorrow is what counts. And he said, what matters that if you will not come first, that means all the participants में अगर ये क्वालिफाई कर जाते हैं तो दिस इज़ व्हाट रियली मैटर्स rather देन कि कौन उस ट्रायल में फर्स्ट नंबर पे आया और सेकंड पे आया थर्ड पे आया. दैट मीन्स हु जम्प द लॉन्गेस्ट डजेंट मैटर नाउ, rather इट मैटर्स कि कौन क्वालिफाई कर रहा है, बिकॉज इट विल काउंट टुमारो. क्योंकि कल जो है रिजल्टेंट आनी है कि हु विल बी द फर्स्ट एंड सेकेंड एंड थर्ड. rather टुडे आज सिर्फ क्वालिफाई करना है. सो यू जस्ट नीड टू क्वालिफाई rather than to think about to be the top in the list. Suddenly all the tension seemed to ebb out of my body as the truth of what he said hit me. Or suddenly it seems that he becomes very tension free and confidently I drew a line full foot in the back of the board and proceeded to jump. From there I qualified with almost a foot to spare. And he did what he was suggested by Luz Long, and in this way he was able to qualify. That night he walked over to Luz Long room in the Olympic village just to thank him for supporting, for the support or for the advice. I knew that if he hadn't been for him, I probably wouldn't be jumping in the final the following day. He knew that if Luz Long would not be there and suggested him, he might be not there for the final. We sat in his quarter and talked for 2 hours about track and field, ourselves and the world situation and dozen other things. And then they talked with each other over various things about their track, about the field, about their track, about the track, about the field, about themselves, about the world situation during those days, and a dozen of other things. When I finally got up to leave, we both knew that a real friendship had been formed. And when he was about to leave, it seemed that ऐसा लग रहा था कि now they becomes a good friend. Luz would go out to the field the next day trying to beat me. And they knew it as well. It was the reality as well that next day they will compete each other. Today it seemed that they become a good friend. आज वो अच्छे दोस्त बन चुके हैं. But tomorrow they will compete with each other. They will fight to be the first in the race. But I knew that he wanted me to do my best even if that meant my winning. लेकिन एक अच्छा दोस्त होने के नाते he will wish the best from Jesse Owens as well. Luz Long next day, Luz Long as a participant, as a player, he will try to do the best, but at the same time अपने दोस्त के लिए भी वो यही चाहता कि he perform the best as well, his best. As it turned out, Luz broke his own past record. In doing so, he pushed me on to a peak performance. I remember that at the instant I landed for my final jump. Next day, Luz ने अपने ही old record को break किया और that pushed Jesse Owens to reached his peak performance. यानी लस अगर उतना अच्छा नहीं करता तो शायद जेसे ओवेंस अपने उस पीक परफॉर्मेंस पे नहीं पहुंच पाता. सपोज दैट कि लज लॉन्ग हैज़ हिट द डेक अराउंड 6 feet. तो टू बी द फर्स्ट जेसे ओवेंस को 6 feet एंड प्लस जंप करना होगा. सो जस्ट बिकॉज जेसे ओवेंस लज लॉन्ग ने अपना बेस्ट दिया, सो उसने पुश किया जेसे ओवेंस को भी कि वो अपना बेस्ट दे और इस वजह से वो अपने पीक परफॉर्मेंस पे पहुंच सका. आई रिमेंबर दैट एट द इंस्टेंट आई लैंडेड फ्रॉम माई फाइनल जंप द वन विच सेट द ओलंपिक रिकॉर्ड. और जो जेसे ओवेंस ने अचीव किया, इट सेट द ओलंपिक रिकॉर्ड 26 feet 5.5 and 16 inches we have at my side. congratulating me despite the fact. And then he won the title. Let's long congratulate him. It was the fact that Hitler was gazing. Glared का मतलब होता है घूरना, ठीक है, gazed at him from the other side, but still uh, he was there, he was supporting, and he gave a smile that was not the fake one. And in this way, how he supported him. It was just because of his support he was able to win a gold medal. So this is it from my side, and this is it from the chapter as well. I hope you have understand it. If you have any query, please text me. Your teacher, the best teacher, and I have given my best from my side. Thank you. Have a good day.